streaming button just yet. Here it is. All right, clicking it.
Get it going.
Get it going. All right, so I guess we are live. This is the first time I've done this without having the whole intro nonsense. The big countdown screen. There's been some debate of whether or not having a countdown screen is good or bad for your channel. But that's not what we're here for tonight. We are here to discuss the news. The gaming news. With our lovely, lovely guests, TheKirblet, Rhaeveon, GwakGamers. That's right. Welcome to the podcast. To the PockCast. To the podcast. It is 8/8/2021. Don't make fun of me from my friends, Kirblet. Is the podcast?
Deal with it.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's episode 20. I don't know. It says it on the thumbnail. We'll figure that out later. We have so many, so many great things to talk about tonight. I wrote in the title about the PS5 Devkits. But Pokemon Unite is shaping up and having its own bugs. The Amico has been delayed for the third time. I think. Well, Gwak, you mentioned about there being restocks of PS4s and PS5s or whatever, right? Like that did happen. You weren't sleeping. Like that actually happened.
Bro, when I went to the news, when you're telling me I was checking through the news, and straight up Walmart, and then 2 hours later, sold out. And I'm that's how fast the news was. I was like,
I mean, I'm surprised that it took 2 hours. Like these things, apparently.
I was gonna talk about it, but then it came off, and I'm like, okay.
Yes. So I guess we'll probably start off talking about that. But before we do, let's go around and tell people about your guys' channels. I can start. Maybe Kirblet. Maybe you can start.
Well, hello. For those who are watching for the first time, my name is TheKirblet. I do retro game streams, modern game streams, collabs, you name it. I try to do what I can, but I'm mainly focused on retro games here. And it's good to be back for the fourth time? I can't remember how long. How many times
I have no idea at this point, but it makes me happy to have that be the reality. Like, yeah, it's like 4 out of 20. That's really cool. Mm-hmm. Yeah, how have I done 20 of these? It could probably even not be 20. It could be something else, but it's around 20. Yeah, it's not far off.
Well, thank you for having me back.
Thank you for being here. And he always has the best pixel art. Out of it's
really nice.
Yeah.
I didn't make this, by the way.
Not yet.
I'm like, really there?
Not yet. It's not mine. No, it's not mine.
Nah. Next up, Rhaeveon.
Hello, so I'm Ray. I like to stream Pokemon, just like in my name, Rhaeveon. You know, the Vion is from the Evolutions. Those are my favorite. Those have got to be my favorite Pokemon. Eevee and the Evolutions, all of its evolutions, got to be my favorite, hands down. Too bad they're not in Unite.
Yeah, yet. You know it's gonna happen.
With the popularity.
Yeah, like, and it would be a shame for it would be a shame for them not to do it because they have to code less. They don't have to code Eevee like 4 times. They just code the evolution. But like Eevee's kind of cheap in a way. They gave that Pokemon like 6 different cool forms. If they gave another Pokemon like 8 different cool forms, it would definitely be, I don't know. But even with that, Eevee's just an incredible design.
That's right.
Hell yeah. And you always have them in the back. I always love that they're always in frame, no matter what.
I'll move my other set of headphones here, but they're my collection is always in my frame because they're so special.
Oh yes.
Also, Quagsire, we can't forget Quagsire. Anyone who knows me or anyone who's watched my streams would know that Quagsire is like. He is a well-loved Pokemon in my chat.
I think I do.
I also do a lot of streaming of The Sims. I absolutely love The Sims. Always have since I was like little. So Sims, Pokemon, those are my favorite.
Suspiciously popular. super weird.
It's so good. It's really chaotic. Like it shouldn't be as chaotic as it is, but it like is. There's always something that's going on, like whether my toilet and my shower are breaking at the same time, or like someone like breaks into my house. Like there's always something.
Yeah, I mean, where are my Sim Ant streamers? Anywho. There are so many Sim games over the years, and Sims ends up being the popular one.
Is this a Sim for ants?
But yeah. It, which, by the way, apparently the game, if you just left it going on its own, would have the same result as you being in control, but that's not important.
Oh wow! Skynet.
Yeah, exactly. Gwak, how are you doing on this here lovely day?
I am doing well. So yes, hi guys, I am Gwak. It stands for Giselle, Wilmer, Alberto, and Kevin. It's like just the four of us, my brother and his girlfriend. We love Fortnite. We're like, we're really good. Let's stream it. And then we start streaming, and then all this community, and it was such like, now we're renovating, and it's kind of like the setup. So I don't know, my like 5th time back, but I'm trying to like kind of find our way. We mostly play Fortnite. I played a lot with Pocket. It's so fun.
Yeah, we need to play more.
Everything. I'm into like everything, which is crazy because then I can just start a conversation with anything. But I'm glad that I'm here.
Yeah, I haven't seen you play so much Fortnite. I've seen you played some, but like you've got a little variety in you.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. So
we've got a wide variety of streamers today.
Yes, a wide. We encompass so much. Yeah, it's like what. When I think about like branding myself as a streamer, I was like, well, I play Nintendo games. Well, I also really like Hollow Knight, Oh, but also like.
But you can play it on a Nintendo console, so I mean, you're still sticking with it.
It's sort of, but that doesn't count as
with the Nintendo theme.
There's no sort of. Yeah. I mean, when you search, Nintendo, you're not gonna get Hollow Knight, right? You're not like no one knows which console I'm playing it on. And then it's like, oh, but Nintendo doesn't encompass indie. Retro, but it's just so whatever. There's no good ways. Just a variety streamer. So we were in the middle of something, Gwak, before I got rudely interrupted by myself.
I got played. Jesus Christ.
Oh, what happened?
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I see the light.
I'll fix that. There we go.
That was great.
I hate it when it does that. I really hate it when it does that.
I don't know what's going on, and I love it.
Oh my
but
God. It's good.
I'm better now. I'm okay. Okay. We're good.
All right. Yeah. Everyone remain calm. So
no one panic.
So, you said there was a restock. It seems to me whenever I find one of those restocks, I go and I check. Not because I want a PS5. I don't think there's anything to do with a PS5. PS5 feels like an NFT for me. Like I don't think if anyone owns a PS4, all the primary games that are on the PS5 that are coming to the PS5 are all on the PS4 already or will be soon. Mm-hmm. So I don't actually care to actually see it, but I want to know that it's there. I want to know that I can attain it. But I haven't seen a way to get it. It's all sold out every single time.
I luckily have it, and it's like, who do I talk to with it? It's crazy.
I feel that the PS5 is slowly becoming a part of those console generations where people actually now start to ask themselves, why do I need this? Why do I need this console when, it's one, they're hard to find. Two, while the graphics have improved, yes, how much has there been a true improvement in these kinds of things? It's
I feel like Donkey summed it up best with like bug snacks. Like the true PS5 experience is bug snacks. Where it's like, no, there isn't anything. It's just the exclusive that, I don't know. Like what? There's some ray tracing in some games. That's really, I think, the big visual upgrade. I don't know what else. I don't know. Gwak,
yeah. I was gonna say off that. Sorry. Off that topic, what Kirblet just said, like, like some people might not even have like the TVs that would be able to handle some of the graphics, right? Like I don't have PlayStation. I have PS2 and 3. Like I have older models, but I have the newer Xbox, the Xbox One, not the newest one. But like if I didn't have like a 4K TV, how would you be able to tell that you're playing in 4K? You know, because you can't.
Yeah.
So the majority of people who want to buy these systems, they might not have the TV anyway. So like like PS4 versus PS5, like how much difference would you actually see, and how much would you be able to get out of the new console?
Yeah, how close
if your TV can't handle it?
Yeah, I feel like the new consoles need to come with glasses. You know, like how close do you need to be to your console to actually see the fidelity? I think my brother was like this, where he was like, people are buying all these 4K TVs, and this was like years ago. It was like, there's no 4K content out. Like, what are they buying it for? Like, what to watch your HD content on a bigger, you know, a more dense display? Like, what is this?
I mean, there's the future-proofing concept. Buy it now, so that when all the content's, you know, going to be all in 4K, and your internet connection doesn't explode going over the cap. I hate that, by the way. Then maybe that'll be more viable. Then your purchase will have made sense. You know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. At that point, you know, you could have bought the other, like, any cheaper TV as opposed to the. I think there must be some sort of concept for it, where if you buy the really high end of something, it costs like 10 or 20x whatever the standard is.
Yeah.
So a PS4 would cost you, you know, like a regular TV would cost you, let's say, a couple $100 these days or something, maybe $500. And then if you wanted one with 4K at that time, it would be like $3,000. As opposed to waiting for that standard to actually be the standard and then buying a 4K TV for $500. But right now, we're like, there's a bunch of, like, where like you can't get a PS5, so people are scalping it for $1,000. Come on.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate scalpers. That's a whole other conversation. I can't stand it.
Yeah, it's the craziest thing, and like, I remember buying Pokemon cards and like talking about, like, the Pokemon Center was starting to get like suspicious of me coming in all the time to buy Pokemon cards. Okay, maybe they weren't. Maybe I was self-conscious about going to the Nintendo store and buying a bunch of Pokemon cards. I'm like, dudes, I'm not selling these things. I'm not scalping them. Don't you worry. But yeah, I just can't with the scalping, because I'm never gonna. I'll accept now that I'll never be able to get a Retron Pocket or whatever it is. What's the Game Boy
Analog Pocket?
Analog Pocket. I will just accept now, because the scalpers are gonna be all over that. But yeah, it just keeps it out of our hands. Gwak, what is the legend that actually had, you know, there's a legend to how you got the actual console? How does that go? Because this is a mythic thing, getting a PlayStation 5.
Yeah, it is. Because I'm from Dominican Republic, so I'm outside the U.S. and everything was happening that week where they were showing it too early, and then GameStop. But because I'm in Dominican Republic, I try to go GameStop. DR we can't go. GameStop is blocked, and I went to so many different ones. It was like a long day. Everyone was buying, and I'm like, oh, I already got the stimulus check. That's what I thought. So let me just use it. And oh my God. I'm just trying to think it back because it was just a crazy moment. So yeah, it was then I was just refreshing, and finally, freaking Best Buy from where I live was like, we got it. And I'm like, I ran 3 a.m, bought it. And then it became like the Hunger Games, where everyone's pre-orders were being canceled. So you're like, oh, who's next? And then 5, then 4, like 5 months passed, then 6, and I'm like, and then it says getting delayed. I'm like, oh, I lost it. Then I finally got it. And it's really good. And then everyone's like, yeah. And I'm like that one kid that I'm like, it's really good, guys, but no one can have it. So it's kind of like, I've
actually had one of those moments.
You're like
Yeah.
You're the kid with the one cool thing that no one cares about.
Yeah. So
yeah,
that was me. My father, when I was in high school had the had like the T-Mobile Sidekick with like one of the original data plans and everything. And I ended up borrowing. I know. Hate to date myself or anyone, right? So he had one of those T-Mobile Sidekicks with a data plan, and this was when AOL Instant Messenger. I swear this will come back around. AOL Instant Messenger was the chat. Like there was no other really internet chat that people were on, unless you were considering IRC a thing, but that was not the global populace. And so when I was in LA, so I'd go home.
IRC is like the hipster AIM.
IRC is hacker AIM. Yeah,
hacker AIM too.
It's hacker AIM. Yeah. I would assume it was the first of these chats, but the point is that like AOL Instant Messenger, before you had Facebook chat, like this is where you were, So I'd go home and I'd have like friends. I was on the East Coast, so the West Coast people would be on at a certain time, because we're 3 hours earlier in Los Angeles. Whatever. The point is, I would borrow my father's phone, and no one would be online until like I guess pretty late in the day. But the point was the fact that you were able to be chatting with someone at any time. It was like seeing the future in your hands. This is where I was going to loop it back to you, Gwak, where it's like seeing the future in your hands, but no one else understands what's going on. Yeah. Asking the questions. How will people survive if they're able to chat like this all day, every day? Won't they just get too much anxiety? The answer is yes.
Yeah.
The answer is yes. So they're okay. I'm just gonna pivot really quickly to the. Have you guys seen the random article about the Pokemon company actually saying the words "gay rights"?
No.
I saw a brief thing about that on Kotaku. I hadn't clicked on it.
I posted it in the chat in the podcast chat. Yeah, it's super confusing to me. It seems like a trolly thing, but I think it has to do with the fact that Tencent owns. Well, it says in this article that someone else owns Pokemon Unite, but it's all Chinese companies, and I believe that was something that they were against. Either way, I have other Pokemon news if I space out too hardcore on this. Sorry about that. Because I read this earlier. So Pokemon Unite's developer on social media account. It's one of these incidents where someone on social media gets asked a very standard question, and then has to cover up his response. Mike Mine says, "Can you say gay rights?" Timmy says, "Why? Rights of heterosexual players are equally important." And then like it blows up.
Yeah. I think someone was trying to do. I think just hot take. I think someone was trying to start a gotcha moment.
Oh no!
Yeah.
They felt right for it. I don't like that.
I guess it's standard internet. Because that
someone trolled and someone responded, which is, oh no, don't do that.
Yeah, I think that was the big the big Pokemon news of the week. But in the past weeks I haven't gone over the fact that the new trading cards, as well, new trade card sets are going to be absolutely ridiculous. Like there's one that comes with a giant Pikachu. Well, not giant, but it's a big Pikachu toy. And a bunch of cards. And there's a celebrations pack that has like a very limited selection of cards. I'd say something like 30 or under 30 cards. And it's some of the most popular cards in the game. So I don't as someone who collects some of this stuff, I don't expect to see any of these things anywhere ever. but the one that's most notable to me is the giant box that has like it's $120. Comes with a base set Charizard and Pikachu in metal. Pins a gold Pokeball, metal coin, player's guide, 17 packs, and 8 additional packs. Like, whatever. So ridiculous. I like Pokemon prints money already, but
No, like it's crazy how like some fandom make other fandoms depending what time they come out, it makes it obsolete. Like I remember when I don't know which Pokemon came out, guys. So, like I don't when Pokemon, I don't know if it was XY and Jedi Fallen Order both came out. I was in GameStop and I was just in a line and I did not know why I forgot that Pokemon came out. So there was just a bunch of like people dressed as Charizard, and me and these two guys were like. And we're just like there for a good 40 minutes until the guy's like, "You guys here for Star Wars?" We're like, "Yeah." Yeah, like we're overstocked with that. And everyone's like, "Where's my EX?" And I'm like, "Oh, it was really like it just always depends on what time, like what fandom."
Yeah, this will die down. This will die down in a bit.
Yeah.
But I feel like this is the we just had such hype for Pokemon cards, and now they're doing like, yeah, whatever, screw it, let's have gold everything. Like, it's people will die. Someone's gonna get trampled.
I think Pokemon is taking a bit of a page from Magic of the Gathering in that respect, and getting these really unique looking cards now in the set, and getting everyone hyped. And they're just going to release another set later on that'll just blow that out of the water already.
Yeah.
So it's like history kind of repeating itself, really, to be honest.
Yeah, I guess so.
Maybe that's just an elder millennials take on it.
No, it's good. So as well, there was a bug this week in Pokemon Unite, and I do want to go around and hear what you guys have been thinking about this game. It's been a couple weeks, but I've still been playing it. I've still been playing it on Thursdays. Have you guys gotten a chance to play it? What are your thoughts? Go around. Who wants to go first? Anyone? Just guess I'll go.
I'll go first.
Yeah.
I'll go first. Because it's the newest to me. I just started playing Pokemon Unite yesterday. Like,
oh man,
literally, like I've been like really late to the game.
Yeah.
But as we were kind of saying earlier, like I was never into League of Legends, and when people kept comparing it to like League of Legends and like aggressive Pokemon basketball, I was like, this does not sound like a very good game to me. And I was like, I love Pokemon, but I don't know if I can get behind this. But I kept like. I watched someone who I really like play it.
Yeah.
And so after I was like, okay, well, maybe I'll give it a try. Have not been able to put it down since. Like, it's one of those games that it's just like very addictive. It's like because it's so straightforward and easy, right? It's just like it's a button smasher, and then you just have to not die and score points, you know? Like that's the basis of the game, right? But because it's so simple and so straightforward, and because there's like so much button mashing, it kind of gets addictive because you're like, yeah, let's go. And you get really hyped up as you're playing it, especially if your team is winning, and it like tells you, right? It's like you're in a huge lead. You're like, yeah, let's go.
Don't tell me what point totals are. I just want to know if I'm in a huge lead or not. Yeah, and honestly, that makes me less anxious than actually telling me the point totals. Like the point.
Yeah, it doesn't.
I can tell, you know, a very decent estimate of what the point totals are. Like I don't really need them to. I don't mind them doing the whole like huge lead or huge deficit thing. Like I don't mind that. But like with League of Legends, it's that same thing. But like the first 10 minutes, it's weirdly formulaic. Where like the first 5 minutes are like, okay, I'm gearing up, and the first like. Then the next 10 minutes, okay, I got like a tower. Like it has this weird flow to it that yeah, okay, I'm able to like evolve to my maximum form, and it soaks up like 40 minutes later, you're being like cussed out by your team, and like you thought you did well, you did everything you wanted to do, but you still feel like like garbage, and that was. It's like a drug, League of Legends. But Pokemon Unite takes place in just 10 minutes. You're in and you're out,
Right.
and it's great.
Awesome.
It's great. Sometimes 5, like they have those other modes.
Yeah,
the
they
quick
do.
modes. Yeah.
I played a quick mode. I actually really liked the quick mode. I was surprised how much I liked it. There wasn't
Yeah, it's
as
quick
much
fun.
there wasn't as much like one-on-one with the other team. Like
Yeah.
at least the game that I had played yesterday, it was like my only quick mode also that I played. So I it's like it's not like I have a lot of experience talking about this.
Sure, they have like 3 rotating different maps. One is 3-on-3. I think the other 2 are 4-on-4. So
I got the one with Rhaeveon Gas in the middle, the garden one.
Is that the one with the 3-on-3? No, Rhaeveon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was 3-on-3.
So that one specifically has you kind of not even interacting with the others that much.
That's right.
Yeah.
And I found that very interesting. I was like, oh,
You don't have to.
It's just me and my team working together.
Yeah. Which is pretty cool.
Which I kind of liked.
Yeah.
I think I like both of them, but they're definitely very different, and I like how they're different. If I want to play like the big 5-on-5, then I'll do that. If I want to do the little 3-on-3, then that's like more chill almost too.
Yeah, and it's weird because it's chill and but it's still a very competitive game.
Yeah.
So
oh my gosh,
you can get you can get into that you can get sucked in, and then it's less chill. But I love that no matter what, they still have that chill Pokemon music in the main map. They have different music in every map, I think, but the main map has like some very relaxing music, and it's perfect. They couldn't have chose anything better. Kirblet, Gwak, what have you guys been thinking?
I haven't played this, and there's a clear reason why I haven't played this. That has to do with an ugly word called microtransactions.
Yes.
yeah.
Ain't a pretty one. Ain't a pretty one.
There are some pay-to-win mechanics that are a bit ridiculous, and it's caused a good deal of problems. And I don't like that. So there needs to be balance in these things, in all things.
In all things.
So until that's fixed, I probably won't be playing it. I'm sorry. I'm a big proponent of fair play, and pay-to-win mechanics like this is absolutely the opposite of that.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel useless in that regard. I guess that's why I play. Like I very much I've spoken about. I think we spoke about it like last time or the time before, where I was like, I'm like deeply disappointed in Pokemon, where they're like, yeah, we're gonna make this game, and it's gonna be a really cool game, but we don't believe in it, so we're just gonna put microtransactions so people have to pay to win. Like people wanna, if you buy, how many people bought Hollow Knight? I own like 2 copies of Hollow Knight.
I have the Switch version.
Shovel Knight. If you have a Knight in your title, I probably own a couple copies of your game because you're an indie game.
I have both. I have both Shovel Knight and Hollow Knight.
Right, and it's not because you put in these stupid microtransactions, but because you put out a good game. You put out a quality experience, and they lucked out by putting out a quality experience here. And they don't believe in themselves well enough to be like, okay, like, we're gonna have microtransactions. Because I understand if you're putting out a free-to-play game, there's gonna be microtransactions. Whether or not I agree with that as a whole, that is a format.
Now,
right?
Balanced, cosmetic microtransactions. I don't care about those.
Exactly.
I don't care about those. They're not affecting the gameplay. The
but once you have
microtransactions that Nintendo has in this game, that's not good.
And it's not pay to win. It's pay to have a small increase. But why is it pay to make it unfair for everyone else?
Okay, there was a little too pay to win. It was Moist Critical who kind of blew the door open on this a bit.
A little bit. But if you blow up in any MOBA, but if you blow up in any MOBA, you're going to be able to. If you're over leveled in any MOBA, you become a little unstoppable if you know what you're doing. Mm-hmm. So I don't see it as actually, there is an argument to be said that what he did. I didn't see it in detail, but I could tell that you know, he was using. I remember he used a Machamp, and he did one of these things, and he blew up. He was able to kill everyone and become unstoppable. Yes, you can do that, and you can also just not farm well, and then no matter what you do, you know, have a bad match. It's a game where there's a high, like, if you are a high skill level, you can win the game on your own. You know, you can carry an entire team.
Yeah.
Having said that, Pokemon doesn't believe in their game. Nintendo and Pokemon just don't believe in their game enough that people will play it. That's the most ridiculous thing, because it's... When I saw this... It's Pokemon! They're combining Pokemon and League of Legends. The second they came out with the announcement trailer, I was like, this is the end of the world. Like...
Yeah.
But League of Legends is it the biggest game in the world? It might be.
I don't know.
What it might have the highest.
That's a good question. If that still is true.
Highest, biggest.
It was at one point.
Right. It was like 20 million active players. Biggest game in the world. Come on, Bing. I'm kidding. So there's like, apparently Grand Theft Auto 5 has 140 million online.
Doesn't surprise me.
No, I'm a little surprised there. That like
GTA 5, I see so many people playing that.
What is the Legend of Mir 3?
Yeah, I love how I've never even heard of that one. That's number 2. Like, I love how the first it's like Grand Theft Auto 5, 140 million, Rockstar Games, League of Legends, 111 by Riot Games. All these names: World of Warcraft, Blizzard Entertainment, Legend of Mir 3. Who is Mir, and what is this legend?
Okay. Who's We Made Entertainment?
But I
it's
think
a South Korean company who made this. Okay,
it's probably a mobile game or something. Let's see. I bet it's concurrent players, and it's like 20 million.
Kind of looks a bit like Diablo, to be honest.
Diablo?
Yeah, I just saw like a screenshot of this. This is like some isometric Diablo.
Oh, it's an isometric. I thought you were saying Diablo is the top. Anywho.
Yeah.
I'm like totally getting sidetracked by this. But in 2021, it was Fortnite with 12.3 million, which I thought that League had like 20 million concurrent. League is number 2 in 2021 with that is our year. With 8 million concurrent players.
Oh wow.
So when I saw that
big.
Pokemon, it's like
it's big.
And like
Pretty
you don't get a big company like this copying a like a Fortnite thing. I don't know if anywho. The point is, I was like, world's over. Gwak, have you gotten a chance to play it?
No, I haven't. But it does remind me of, you guys were talking about, you know, how like Fortnite and everything is always updating and how big it gets. I'm like, I completely understand. Like the transaction. Yeah, it's crazy. Like it's literally crazy in each industry where it is right now in each different game.
Yeah, it didn't feel like I had those microtransactions in League of Legends, but apparently with the runes, it was the exact same thing. I mean, these games apparently are from the same owner, and are doing the exact same thing. I didn't feel it as much with League for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
I've got a question for everybody. Based off of what Kirblet was saying about the microtransactions, how do we then compare Pokemon Unite and Pokemon Go? Because both of them are very similar in the fact that they are free to play, but then you pay more to obviously get more things. How would you compare those two? Like, would you say Pokemon Go is better in that sense or not?
Pokemon Go has the advantage of yes, it does have those microtransactions, but you're not currently actively competing against each other unless you're doing like the gym battles and stuff.
Right.
But for the most part, it's designed to be a solo solo type of game, versus Pokemon Unite is exclusively a multiplayer game.
Right.
So that's its core focus. It's the core focus on who is the goal, who
I mean, but like Kirblet, I catch your drift with this, but like the thing is, a key difference is the main gameplay is hindered by the microtransactions. In Pokemon Go, there's a small hindrance. You can't have every Pokemon at all times. If you wanted to catch more than 100 Pokemon or 150 Pokemon, you can't have that in your inventory at once. Can you accomplish the whatever goal? Who knows what even the goal is of Pokemon Go? Can you catch the entire Pokedex? Right?
Yeah.
Yes, you can. You might need to let go of a bunch of Pokemon, but you can do that. And there are free-to-play ways of attaining this without getting in the way of the core gameplay. And I somehow I was like, you know what? I've been playing this game for like 4 years or something. I'm gonna pay some money for Pokemon Go. They've given me a bunch, right? I haven't had to. There are ways that are, I guess, attainable for people to get these things. Whatever the storage upgrades and everything. That's their little hindrance. There are ways that if you keep Pokemon in a gym, you can get coins and exchange them for more storage space. But which in Pokemon Unite, you're gonna get the same type of thing, but in the meantime, you're gonna suck. Not suck. Once again, like you're going to have an active hindrance.
You're not gonna do as well as the others. Here, Johnny, I got a little something for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Here, give me a little bit of buckaroos, and we'll get you what you need to win.
Yeah, the real issue I find, honestly, is that it's not even the microtransactions. It's the fact that they're doing them, and it's the fact that people feel the need that if they want to be good, they have to spend money on the game. That's where it's like it's
Thank you.
Whether it's true or not, right? Whether it's true or not that they have to, whether it's true or not that they
can give that impression.
The fact that you give that impression to your player base that like you have to spend X amount of money, like. And it's a weird thing, right? Because at some point we have to look at ourselves and be like, well, this game it's got to be worth $60, right?
Yeah.
And so it kind of deserves its money, but it can't just steal it from us, you know? Like, I don't know. It's super weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see that. What was I gonna say?
Let me at least end on my point on this. If you're enjoying the game, awesome. Please continue to enjoy the game.
Oh yeah, we play every Thursday.
Yeah, I don't know. I know for the people out there, if you enjoyed the game, despite what I have said, awesome. That's cool. But I mean, this is just how I feel about it. You know, I can't speak for anyone else.
Yeah, and it's an interesting question to the audience as well, because to everyone, audience and everyone here, because it's like, how do you approach these things? Like, I have a friend who would not buy the new Pokemon game because she was kind of protesting against it in a way, like the fact that they were only not innovating at all and kind of promising a lot, delivering nothing. Delivering, because Sword and Shield were not innovative, like they just weren't. And
in fact, it felt more of a downgrade than anything. Sword and Shield.
I'm just giving it the credit where like it wasn't innovative. It was a Pokemon game, but I bought it because it's a Pokemon game, right?
Of course.
That's what Nintendo was hoping.
Where do we draw the lines? Like, as content creators, we kind of do make a little bit more of a difference, but like for me, I was like, it's Pokemon. My number is not gonna matter. You know, like, this is the biggest franchise in the world. My whatever it is a $60 game, but it's not gonna matter. And so that's kind of where I approached Pokemon Unite, but I don't think that should be everyone's mentality, because then we don't get anything done. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know anymore. Yeah.
But yeah, on Kirblet's note again, like, he doesn't enjoy all of that with the microtransactions, which also I agree. I you can't just come after people like that. But at the same time, like, I really enjoy the game. I'm enjoying playing it.
It's so much
and I'm
fun.
going to keep playing it. And you know what? I think it's super great whenever I do really well in the game because I'm not paying any money. So I make that like my own challenge to like go against them and see how well can I do without having paid any money.
Stick it to the man. Stick it to the man, Reed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
or bots. There's a lot of bots out there on it.
Stick it to the bot.
Yeah.
Stick it to the bots.
But like
Stick it to Skynet.
in the short amount of time that I've played the game, I've already saved up like 10,000 coins, which are needed to buy like Garchomp.
Yes, they do that like I don't mind that having additional characters that you have to buy through their in-game currency and skins. I don't mind that at all. Like do that.
Yeah.
Right? Because they give you
it's similar to what League of Legends.
It's exactly what League of
Legends. You buy the champions and or skins, and I've put money to that, and that's fine. You know.
Yeah. And they let you
that is the business model. Yes, and they rotate their
and they let you taste
Pokemon.
them, and they let you play with them a little bit. They let you taste these different champions before you buy them. Like it's really nice. Man, like just looking at the gaming news this week, it does seem like a slow news week because it was.
Yeah.
Well, because there's other issues that are totally dominating the news and nothing else.
The Activision Blizzard thing or what? The
the Activision Blizzard thing is like dominating everything else gaming news right now.
Messi
it's the same
Barcelona.
story, right? Oh, what's going on in Barcelona?
That Messi's leaving. So that's just crazy.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm like, what?
Yeah, it's really sad.
Yeah, I heard that they like Barcelona was trying to downgrade his pay, and he's like, no, people will pay 50%.
Yeah, they lowered it 50%.
50?
Yeah. After, and he's like, dude, it's like the Spanish
big
league.
Dip.
Yeah, dude, it's like he didn't want to go. But Barca didn't want to break, so that's kind of like the business model of that side as well, which really sucks.
But you know what? I don't think it's totally the end of the world for him because he is moving to Paris and he gets to play with Neymar again, and they're like best buddies. So I really enjoy that.
Oh yeah.
I too understand this conversation and didn't have to Google it about football, soccer. I agree with the previous statements that were said, and I honestly, I'm hurt. I'm wounded even.
Okay. He's been there for like 21 years, and you think a club is gonna have your back. And
yeah.
Like,
for
and they try to bring his.
Where is Ted Lasso? Come on.
I know. Oh my God! Don't talk. I haven't seen the new season. I love it so much.
I haven't seen the new season yet. Yeah.
Okay.
It's have you guys seen it? It's just as someone who plays video games and not athletic activity, this random show about soccer or football, depending.
You thought it was gonna be all gaming news.
Yeah.
No, sir. No,
we go on tangents. We do. It's surprisingly good. Okay, fine. You want gaming news? Apparently, Mythic Quest is made by Ubisoft. That's the other Apple TV show, and that's like Rob McElhenney. I'm gonna butcher his name. I just did. And that's a fun show about essentially the development of World of Warcraft. Apparently it's made by Ubisoft. I did not know that. And it was especially weird to me because they had Street Fighter in it, and they randomly have like, you know, there's bumpers between scenes sometimes in TV shows, like they'll do a transition. So the transitions are the game, like their World of Warcraft type game. But in the second season, sometimes it's just Diablo or Horizon Zero Dawn, and it makes no sense. It's just like you see Aloy just like shoot an arrow. It's like a CGI cutscene, and then it cuts to another scene. I'm like, wait a second, and then they don't address it. And whatever. It's just weird.
Crazy.
So I mean, look at the news from this week. Activision Blizzard scandal, a watershed moment for women in the gaming industry. That's pretty much already last week's news. Valve Steam Deck hands-on. Okay.
Ah.
Oh, Kirblet's got something on this. But this is also like news from a week ago.
Yeah, but we've seen people who have gotten their hands on it and kind
Yeah.
of played around with it, such as Linus. Linus got a
Yeah.
hold of it, and
Linus Tech Tips, if people
yeah,
know.
Linus
I
Tech
like
Tips.
Linus. I know Linus
Yeah.
Tech Tips.
He got his hands on the Steam Deck and he likes it. He
Oh, really?
likes it. Yeah.
Just
He even had
casual
more to
shout
say.
out, Linus, Canadian. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But no, he was very impressed.
Really?
Even if it's just a pre-release, model, he's impressed with what he's seen so far.
I'm surprised about that because I figured
Mhm.
that, like, the bad battery life and the 30 frames a second, that stuff would get to him. I don't get how it's 30 FPS. That part does not.
No, it's 60. It's 60 FPS. Yes. It's absolutely.
Where did I hear that 30 FPS from?
I'm not sure.
I don't know. I remember it must have been like some specific thing that's 30 FPS.
Yeah, he really, enjoyed it. I mean, there is a lot of good to say about, what he saw. He even, I think, I haven't watched the WAN show portion, his podcast WAN show, where he talks more about that. Literally, it's called "I Have More to Say About Steam Deck."
Of course,
it was a pretty glowing, look at what he thought about it. Like he even tested whether it was outputting 60 FPS, and it turns out it was. Even it even has a respectable response time. He did like all the what typical retro RGB screen timing and stuff. He brought that equipment to do stuff with it too, and he was impressed with the ergonomics. He was impressed with the screen. There was a bit of criticism about the disk size on the
what is it, like
storage.
128?
Yeah, there was like 64, 128, 512 gigabyte models that were going to be. There is expandable storage in the form of an SD card storage.
Awesome.
But, I mean,
then you can just get 1 terabyte.
Yeah, it's going to be like 16 gigs of DDR5 memory.
That's awesome.
In the system, yeah. And even the thermals look pretty decent. Like you're not going to be holding a hot machine on with your hands. All the heat's going to be situated on the unit itself, but not on the handles of it. Like he even brought like a competitor's, what the competitor's going to be putting out. And yeah, it's in depth. I really recommend you guys, anyone out there, watch that video that he had on the Steam Deck. He didn't have much time with it. So he was going pretty quickly, but he was, other than a couple of nitpicks there, he was really impressed with what they're doing with it because it's running off like a Linux offshoot of
course, and
of Steam.
It's super weird, and no Joy-Con drift, and
yeah,
and like I don't know, it's the type of thing where I looked at it, I was like, I should get one of these, but then wait. Like I have my Switch and I have a laptop. Why do I need one of these?
No, this thing's like
but
bigger
maybe
than
I
the
do.
Switch.
Maybe I do need one of these things because, I don't know. It's hard for me to say because I have Game Pass and everything, and it would be nice to just like have those more powerful games on one device as opposed to having a controller and having to set up my computer with Game Pass and everything. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing the Steam Deck. Now I just looked up the video and like the thumbnail. I'm like, oh yeah, it's like the knockoff Switch. That's what I thought when I first like saw it.
That's what it is. But the thing is, they what I appreciate about Valve is they've always been like, it's a computer, so we have to make sure we have all the functionality, some way to have as much customizability and functionality you would find like with a computer or like a PC, not a Mac, honestly. And so they have the joysticks, and then they have like the thumb pads, which I believe are taken from the
haptic thumb pads.
They're haptic. Yes. Like from the, because I have the Steam controller.
The Steam controller
with the Steam whatever it is, Steam PCs, whatever.
The Stream Deck, not the
right?
Stream Deck, the Steam Deck based. No, shoot, What was it? I have one. I have one in my house.
Yeah. Which
what
now
was
it's
it
just
called?
software. You can just download the software instead of actually having to have the little thing. Anywho.
Yeah.
I
got it for like $1.
Yeah, exactly. I got it for $5.
Yeah, $5.
$5. Yeah, it's and those pads are weird. So I was wondering if you know what people were thinking about those pads. It's a mouse. it's so weird. It's like a little touch pad mouse that you use your thumb on, and I guess you just have to have that because it's a computer. Like what?
And the Stream Deck is a touch screen too on the actual unit itself. It's touch screen.
Oh, okay.
Oh wow.
So yes.
Yeah.
They really went all out, didn't they?
They really did. They really
yeah.
went
On the back they have
want one.
They have R1, R2, there's an R3 because there's an R4 and R5.
No, it goes to like L5. You know, there's some buttons like where your bottom fingers go.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not kidding around with this.
This is what I'm saying on the Steam controller as well. They had these different clickable back buttons. That's what if you saw like the PlayStation back piece that they added that has like 2 extra buttons on each side. That was something they did with the Steam controller, and it's really cool because like you have you have fingers on the back of your controller that you're just not using.
They also also have gyroscopic aiming.
Oh, gyroscope, nice.
Gyroscopic aiming. You switch around and it goes like some fine-tuned aiming. They have that in there as well. Like Linus was testing it with Doom 2016 or Doom Eternal.
Wow.
It ran.
Oh, so what games are compatible with it? Is it like Steam? Like
any Steam
games?
games that is compatible with the Linux version is compatible with this.
Yeah,
I see.
It's literally a Linux box.
Yeah,
it's like a small computer, but like in the shape of a Switch.
Pretty much,
it is a small computer in the shape of a Switch. Yeah, running Linux. That's what it is.
Yeah,
you can
running Linux too.
Yeah,
that's insane.
Once you can, I think you can exit their software and just go into Linux. Like, they've very much been like, some people have been like, yeah, this is gonna be the best for like Xbox. Whenever I don't think Xbox Game Pass is available on Linux yet, but if it were to be available on Linux, they would take advantage of that. I'm sure there's some like wine or something that will fix that.
Okay, so how much is it?
It's $400 to start. It's fairly expensive when you compare it to the Switch.
$400 US?
Yeah, $400 US.
Okay.
Obviously, it's already scalped.
Wow. Actually, no. I think Valve has done a decent job actually of
making it available.
Making that available to normal people and not letting the scalpers get their hands on them. But even then, even with that, it's still sold out. The pre-orders,
But like
this thing's only like £1.50 for the weight.
Yeah. Crazy.
That's insane. It's like comparable to Switch prices.
Well, I mean,
almost.
Switch prices.
It's more expensive.
Well,
but it like
the OLED Switch is $400, right?
Yes, the new OLED Switch is more expensive.
So I think it's comparable to the same thing as the OLED.
Right.
OLED Switch, yeah, like $379 somewhere, some site. So that would be like $400. Was it $400?
Wow.
That was more than that. That was like $500. The Steam Deck. I'm looking for it. No, it's $400. So yeah. So people could get another Switch, or they could get this. But I don't know. Is it going to be as easy? Because okay, am I a weirdo? I have Game Pass, and when I load up my computer, when I load up anything, I just don't want to play. I don't know. I find this barrier to entry with Game Pass. I just want to pick up my Switch instead.
Mm-hmm.
Is that weird? Like
no.
Yeah.
I don't get what that is. I don't get what that is, where it's like, I have all these PC games. Maybe I should play them. Well, one, I have too many PC games. And two, like, I have to make sure. The one time I tried playing a PC game a little bit back was Psychonauts, and then everything was just the rigs were broken, so like I was T-posing all over the place. PC gaming is just weird sometimes. It's work.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, I was just looking at the prices, and they're like exactly comparable with the OLED and the Steam Deck. And from what you guys have been saying, because I don't really know much about the Steam Deck, but from what you guys have been saying, it sounds like it's more worth it for the price than the Nintendo's OLED Switches.
Yeah.
Just because it has so many more options, it seems like. So I wonder how Nintendo Switch is going to do with the sales of the OLED Switch, because it's with it being exactly the same basically of the current Switch we have, with like some minor adjustments and upgrades. Like, I don't see any reason to buy it. I'm gonna just stick to my own Switch.
Yeah, I'm just gonna, there's no reason. There's no reason. They'll give us another Switch next year. We'll all be happy. I'm actually kind of thinking towards the future right now, because we're 5 years in on this console. Typically this would be the end, right? And they want to extend this. So I assume it's like
something would already be announced, or something would be to that effect.
Exactly. Like, I guess a weird question. I mean, we've got some other random news, but I'm gonna divert from that with, like, what do you guys think the next thing for Nintendo could be? Is it just an iteration on the Switch? Like, is it, or do they do something weird? Is it gonna be a Switch with 2 screens? Like, what actually could be the evolution of this?
It's like a folding Switch. It's like the next 3DS.
Yeah, like honestly, I that wouldn't be too crazy for them.
I feel like in terms of gaming consoles across all companies, the one thing that Nintendo has never gone into is VR. And if they really wanted... Oh, they have gone into VR?
Yes, they have. The Virtual Boy.
The Labo stuff.
I didn't know. Okay, then never mind.
So the Virtual Boy is such a flop that you didn't know it. Like, it was so...
yeah, that's right. Oh, man, I remember.
Yeah, I actually need to get one of those.
Those things,
I have as well.
Those things will give you a headache.
Because I used to work in a VR place, and they bought one on eBay for like $100, and I was like, oh, I was so jealous. Like, they were just using it as they just used it as a display model, that place. I was like, oh man, I'm leaving. Can I have it?
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I've played it. It's not that great.
Okay. So they did try VR. Total
and
flop.
then Labo.
Yeah. Back in the 80s, yeah, they did.
You can play the entire Breath of the Wild.
I think it was the 80s. Yeah.
I think it was 90s. I think it was like early 90s. Let's see.
That's like before my time.
Yeah,
so
no,
like...
We have a geek off right now.
Okay,
me or
Kirblet. Not in the 80s, in the 90s. It was in the mid 90s when it was released.
Okay, I got closer.
Before my time.
Yeah.
Summer of '95 is when this was released.
Yes, I was going to say something like 95, but I wouldn't want to be safe, so I said early.
They didn't even sell 1 million units.
Yeah. I forget something that came out recently sold more than. Oh no, I think it was Pokemon. It was Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, Bowser's Inside Journey. The remake of it sold less than the Virtual Boy. It that game sold. Like, I'm looking to grab a copy of that game because it sold so badly.
I have the 3DS one of that, and I love that game.
Well, the 3DS one, yeah, that's the one that didn't sell.
What?
I mean, if you asked me, it was because, I mean, the pixel art was better. They like, I didn't understand that with the remakes of the Bowser Mario Luigi sagas on the 3DS. They like took the pixel art, which was like really, really nice, and they turned it into a different art style, trying to make it better. But I don't think they actually it was like fine, but I don't think they achieved on making it better. I don't know. Hot take. But yeah, I gotta get a copy of that. You can't find one of those on GameStop. I'm like looking on eBay right now. Yeah.
Well, if it was like in 95, what's stopping them from like trying again with all the technological advancements we've had?
And thus they did.
They did.
With the did you know that you can play the entirety of Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild in VR?
No, I did not.
You can.
I did not.
Did you know you can play Smash Brothers?
Kit for it. Mm-hmm.
Yep, it's a Labo kit. They did a Labo kit because the modern VR, a lot of it has to do with the internal tracking of the accelerometer. Unless you're doing something where you're actually moving, So there's a concept called 6 degrees of freedom. This will get a little geeky, but the point is, you can have The Legend of Zelda on your face, and as you turn, it'll just turn. But you won't get the depth. So if you move forward in the game, you won't actually move forward. I think there was a statement a while back where they're like, yeah, we're not trying that. But I assume that they will at some point, because that is the only next thing that they could try to be innovative. I don't know. How else do you do this? Because they used to be able to just innovate with their consoles. But now they merge both consoles into one.
The DS, they both merge the handheld and the console into one basic thing. Okay. I don't think that the next frontier for Nintendo is VR. And here's why. If the way Nintendo works is that, as far as I understand it, is that Nintendo doesn't just go one or two things in for a gimmick. They go the whole way for everything. The Wii with motion controls, for example, they based a lot of their games on doing a lot of that stuff with the Wii motion controller. And yes, there were some innovations where that wasn't necessary on this, but VR is, it's still, even then, in its infancy right now. It's not a mainstream thing like other types. So they're not going to, unless they're probably going to keep it the same size, like with the Switch. You're going to probably keep it as compact as possible and portable. But the computational demands of VR are probably a little too much for the Nintendo systems to handle the way they're designed, and thus it's not going to sell well. And so they have to completely pivot to something else that's going to help them sell systems, and also try and make some kind of profit off of that as well, even whether it's in software. But VR is still not mainstream enough to go all in on.
But there's a surprising amount of people in VR. Cost to it. I used to work a lot in VR, and now I use someone got me a VR headset. I have an Oculus. I have Vive, and it is crazy. I do suggest gamers get one. They're insane. The games aren't necessarily there yet, I guess. They feel like demos, a lot of them.
Exactly, tech demos.
No, but some of them are more fleshed out. Like Beat Saber, that's a rhythm game. That's a solid rhythm game. And like there are some games that are full in VR, but you can't. It's hard to say to spend like 7 hours in a VR game. That will just give you dizziness. Like I don't know. It's something that you don't want to spend your entire day in.
Yeah, that's another problem. Again,
yeah,
it's still right now more of a niche product versus
I mean, the only thing about that is that Nintendo has always been a niche product advocate. They're the ones who are like, I don't care if you like Star Fox Zero or not. We're doing it, Like they just take their chances, and sometimes it works with the Wii, and then sometimes it doesn't work with the Wii U, So it may be, I don't know. I feel like they could go either way on that.
Hard to say.
Yeah. It's Nintendo needs to have a really, really good idea, and have that good idea translate into developers that want to work on the games, or have a good idea to work with the hardware that Nintendo is developing for the console. It's development is never easy. It is hard and it's expensive.
Yeah.
And if something does not go wrong, then it could really sink Nintendo's profits and ability to want to do more. Like the Wii U was a perfect example. The Switch is basically the perfected form of what the Wii U was supposed to be. Like there were so many similarities with the Wii U to the Switch. The big gamepad screen, the motion controls and stuff like that. Wii U didn't have it there yet.
Yeah, I would have wanted. I feel like the Wii U could have still stood on its own. It's very interesting because the Wii U itself is a DS, and that always perplexed me that like the DS did well, not the 3DS, but like the DS did well, but the Wii U did not. The games that were on the 3DS all had the second screen functionality. It was like a natural progression. But we're not going to have that We won't have the second screen again. Like that was just it made for such interesting gameplay.
Yes, and it was hard. It was a hardware feature, and all games were developed around that concept. That's why it was successful because because it was developed around having two screens for like information or whatnot. You can do a lot with it, but you develop for these for these hardware specs, and then let the creativity flow from that.
Yeah.
Although all in all, I think Nintendo is doing a really good job currently with what they're giving out in terms of content and their current console that they've got going. So I feel like even if there's not a new console coming in the near future, I think they're still doing like a really good job with everything that's going on. They still got big sales on the Switch. Like I know some of my really close friends who only just got their Switch like this year. Myself, I got my Switch last year for the first time.
Oh wow.
So there's still all of these. Yeah, I was really late to the Switch game, but
I got mine back in 2017.
Yeah, I think I got mine
the year I got married.
Nice.
A Switch is a nice
no, which is
gift.
better. No,
nice.
That's great. Oh man, it's been I got mine like a year after the Switch came out, and it's just such a good console. I'm on my second playthrough of Breath of the Wild. I beat it, and it's been that many years, and I'm like playing it again. Yeah. So since it is a slow news week, and the best thing I can find over here is that like the Back for Blood game is saying slurs, like inappropriate language. Like
that
yeah, where apparently two sound bites were like mixing together, and people were like two zombie growls were mixing together to create an offensive word. And
I don't really think that's really what happened.
No,
it's just
it was an update.
Audio illusions. Oh, what?
Yeah, update 8.8 exclusive. PockCast is exclusive. WB Games sent over this comment explaining that the slurs people were hearing is intentional, but as guessed by many, instead is caused by two audio clips playing at the same time. Full comment below. Our team has been made aware of the offensive language that can be heard when playing the game. This is not recorded or ever intended to be part of our gameplay. The audio is a result of two different written growls that are playing simultaneously, and when heard together sound like that word. We are working diligently to fix this issue.
So I think that's an audio, and I think it's an audio engineering snafu is what happened here. Yeah. Something that wasn't intended to cause that.
Yeah.
And then unintended consequence, and like, oh, wait a second. Okay, let's
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
That is. Wow.
Yeah.
That's so messed up.
Twitter user was like seemed to scream whatever word, and his response was simple and understandable. His response was simple but understandable, asking, "What did you call me?" while shooting the zombie attacker.
Oh, what did you call me?
What did you call me?
That's so funny.
It's so great. It's so great. Yeah. So since it is one of those slow news weeks, don't worry. In the next week or two, well, no, I feel like we'll still have a little bit of time until they announce the last Smash DLC character. But like, there's gonna be some news dropping for sure.
What? Of an era.
What? Yeah, it's gonna be Samba de Amigo, the last Smash character. What has been your favorite pickup for the Switch, or something that you are so excited to pick up but have not picked up just yet?
Ooh.
Like a game?
Yeah.
Oh. I've played Mario Kart 8, but I haven't actually gotten it for my Switch yet, and I haven't played Mario Kart 8 myself on my Switch.
Oh man.
And I really want to get that. And I know that's been out for like years.
Oh, that was a launch title.
But
in fact, it's not even a Switch title. It's a Wii U title.
It was Wii U. Yeah, that's right. It came out on the Wii U.
People keep asking me if I have Mario Kart 8, and I should just tell them, yeah, because I do have the copy for the Wii U. I gave my nephew my copy for the Switch. I was never a Mario Kart guy, even though there are baby pictures of me playing Super Nintendo. Let's not talk about that.
I've been playing Super Mario Kart since the SNES.
Yeah, same.
Oh yeah, I've played every one of them.
Yeah, I mean, I played them. I do not understand the fixation and fascination on it. Oh, yes, in the comments below as well, if someone has something that they have, or what was the question? It was, what is the game that you are most excited to have, or most excited that you've got? Subnautica by Jenny Lee. That's a good one. I mean, I haven't been able. I played Subnautica for like a couple minutes, and I got lost and I died.
That's my wife. That's my wife.
Yeah.
That's my wife. Yeah, Subnautica. I know. That is
Below Zero or
PC.
the original?
No, I think she's referring to the original.
Yeah, I died.
She noticed that there was a trailer for the Switch, and she's like, "Honey, can I get this?" And I have yet to say yes. I have not said yes to this.
Well, it has Below Zero on it, which is entirely.
Oh, it does. It does it.
Well, if you were getting the physical, it's a combo pack.
Oh,
yes.
Ooh, I'm tempted. I'm tempted now.
Oh yeah. It's I saw it at Best Buy last week. I'm a dork. I went over to Best Buy and I got myself I got like a bonus at the company, so I got like the two amiibo I was missing. You know, Ivysaur and Squirtle. I hate.
Once we're done with the podcast tonight, my wife is gonna be looking at me like.
Are you getting Subnautica? Are you getting Subnautica?
Like, I'm literally gonna walk out the door and go to the living room, and she's gonna be there like.
Yeah. Meanwhile, you know it's gonna be free on Epic Games over the year at some point.
At some point,
At some point, yeah. So.
Like, I've played Subnautica since like the beta.
She's already smiling.
Like the early release.
Yeah, I don't.
Dang it! There's that psycho stare she's gonna give me.
Oh, it's psycho stare.
Psycho.
You called me a psycho on the podcast?
No. Yeah, I called your stare a psycho.
I died within the first 5 minutes of the game, and I'm maybe I'll play it again later. I have to figure out what to do, but that's a whole other conversation. Gwak, what is your favorite title, or one that you're excited to play?
So finally, it was like a surprise stream I'm gonna do if anyone's here. finally got to Resident Evil 8. I know it's so long, but like finally.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of that thing where it's like, it's the PS5, and it looks really, really good. Like, it looks really, really good, but then it kind of goes where the PS5 is too powerful, it can't stream, and then there's that kind of.
It can't stream?
No, it's like the PS5 is too powerful.
It's too powerful?
I gotta find a better. Yeah. Yeah. The PS5 is like a gift and a curse. That's what I'm trying to say. That.
Oh yeah, well. it's the PS5. It just riddles my brain. It just wrinkles my brain, my dude.
Yeah. But that's what I'm really hyped for, because I love horror, like Resident Evil. Like, mostly seen with my cousins. And then you're like, oh, I'll try. Now everyone's like, Walmart, play a scary game, because I played Outlast, and it just like I sweated the entire event, and I'm like, oh, okay. And then it you kind of become a horror junkie, and then I started watching a bunch of horror movies. I'm like, okay.
I don't get it. I mean, people need tank controls in their life. Come on. I don't understand horror games. I played a little bit of Five Nights at Freddy's, and that was fun, but like I know that's blasphemous to say when it comes to like Resident Evil. I have my copy of RE4. Eventually I'll play RE4. That's the one that people actually like. That one's more for the general crowd is what I mean. How about you, Rhaeveon?
I'm also excited for Pokemon, the new Pokemon titles that are coming out.
Yeah, I was gonna say like the Snap update. I think we're seeing more that the new game might actually be something different. It might actually be the perfect formula.
I have it.
Yeah, we haven't gotten any news about the remakes that are coming out in November or Legends Arceus.
I think there was one news article. I don't know if it was working off of old information or some like, press thing.
I don't think so, because I think I would know. Like of all of the news topics, I would know if there was like new news for this, but we've gotten nothing. Like
the article I saw was that the gyms are not going to be a thing. That was
Arceus?
In Arceus. That the gyms as we know it are not going to be a thing. So I don't know if that was working off of like
I don't think so. I think that's working off of old information.
Okay, yeah.
That's working off of old.
So we still just have, you know, a Pokemon trainer walking in Breath of the Wild with the animation of Metal Gear Solid. Cool.
It's like, crazy. I mean, I'm super excited for the remakes that are coming out in November because my very first Pokemon game ever was Pokemon Diamond. So the fact that they are now remaking it and like it's gonna bring back so many good memories. I just finished. Well, not actually. I didn't just finish. It's July now.
Yeah,
but like a couple months ago, I did a Nuzlocke of Pokemon Diamond.
Yes.
Ran through it and like. Doing that, and now with the remakes coming out, man, I'm over the moon excited. I don't really care that it's in like this like the chibi format. I think they're kind of cute.
That's fine.
It's grown on me. I would have loved something like Sword and Shield graphics, but you know what? The chibis have grown on me.
But like the chibis are probably gonna be higher resolution. Like the chibis, they're probably gonna put more detail into. Like, yeah, they're gonna be doing something with it. I don't know. Whatever. I'm very critical of Pokemon's art style, and I only played Platinum, like on stream. Like I only played it on stream. Like that is the last Pokemon game I've played. I played it on stream like a couple months ago. It was a fun one. I don't know if I'm ready to come back to it, but like my big critique on it would be like, okay, are you gonna give us more than what we see already, or is this gonna be like, let's go, or we're just gonna buy it because we just like that game?
I think it's gonna be similar. I don't think it's gonna be like a Let's Go. I think they would make it very obvious if they were doing another Let's Go, which, by the way, I would love.
They're totally gonna do.
I really enjoyed.
It sold very well.
I really enjoyed Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee. I really enjoyed those games. I thought like for the simplicity that it was, and I thought it was great.
Yeah,
it was great.
Yeah, it was really cute. It was really cute. I think that was, and it's you know, a little ashamed to say it, but that was the first Pokedex I finished.
Are you completed?
I don't think I finished the Pokedex in, unless you're counting side games. I'm like, I don't think I finished the Pokedex in, Pokemon like Conquest or Pokemon trading card game for the Game Boy Color.
Although now that you say that, I think the same is for me. I think Let's Go Pikachu was the first Pokedex I actually fully completed. Even though I've played Heart Gold, like on my DS, I've got Heart Gold like over 100 hours on it. Like,
oh my god, I have to do that because Gold and Silver were always my favorites. It was just like you played Red and Blue. So when I was growing up, I was like that peak kid where at that age where it was blowing up right as I was growing, and so I hit you know, Red and Blue, and then Gold and Silver were coming out, and it was just like, what can the world be after this?
That's right.
So Gold and Silver are my obvious favorites there, and I didn't even know, because I took this big hiatus from gaming. I didn't even know that Heart Gold and Soul Silver existed.
Oh wow!
That the remakes of Gold and Silver existed, and eventually I got a copy. And so I have a copy of those, and now they're just so expensive. I don't have the Pokewalkers though.
I know.
That I'll have to get at some point. They came with a little Pokewalkers.
Oh yeah. I have them. I bought both Heart Gold and Soul Silver when they came out. So I have both of them, and so I have 2 Pokewalkers basically because I bought the box, like the big box.
Of course. Now they'll sell you. Pokemon will sell you the dual pack with both games.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
I'm fine with that.
It's no cheaper. It's no cheaper.
It's
like it's not like
cheaper.
they're trying to.
Not cheaper.
It's the same price.
It might. Is it on the same cart?
Not?
I think it's just 2 different carts. I don't know. Yeah, it's so ridiculous. So ridiculous. I guess I'll just go with a game that I'll be a little dork and go with one of the random. It's not an indie game. One of the games I just recently got. I tried finding it physical, but even the physical is one of those things where it's like it's a physical Switch game that just is the code. I'm like, what? Why are you giving me a box with the code? What is this? It's an old Japanese GameCube game that came over to America for the Switch. Mr. Driller, something. I don't know what the GameCube one was called. But Mr. Driller.
Pokemon. Was it Pokemon Stadium DX or something?
Mr.
There's a Pokemon game for that.
Well, GameCube they had Pokemon Coliseum and like
Coliseum
DX.
Thank you.
Okay.
That was the one.
Yeah. No, the Mr. Driller GameCube game was only released in Japan, I believe, and then they released it on the Switch finally. And so it has all like Japanese cutscenes, but American titles and everything. And I don't know if you guys have played Mr. Driller, but that game is just so delightful. It's just a breeze. It's just a walk in the park. Yeah. I'm going to take a look really quickly and see if there's anything else from this slow news week. If not, we'll just start to wrap things up. I mean, really, the Steam Deck was, Steam Deck hands-on is pretty big. Oh yeah, I almost was going to say that the fact that there's going to be another South Park game is a big deal for a nerd like me, but like that's not news. That's far from news. So I guess we'll go around, have any conclusive thoughts, and then do some shoutouts. And if anyone knows any YouTube streamers, I don't know YouTube streamers, so apparently there's a raid thing on YouTube we can do. Since
wow.
I have this on.
I think there's a way to cross raid. Like, is there a way you can cross raid?
No, that can't be
YouTube to
thing.
Twitch?
That would be.
I don't think it works that way. It's different platforms.
Never.
I don't think they would never allow that.
Google and Amazon not
God,
playing or along. Yeah, that'd be pretty weird. So yes, if anyone has a streamer that you would like us to raid, let us know. I don't even know if it's called raiding. Who knows? So yes, final thoughts, Gwak. Any final thoughts this week or anything on your mind? Leave us with some small.
No, I just want to say thank you, Pocket, for inviting us. And
Of course,
it's
I
crazy.
apologize about the slow
the
news
news-
week. Like it's the type of thing where it's like there's always things to talk about, but like, yeah, we'll hit. It's cold soon. We're gonna enter like the big gaming season. Christmas is gonna come around, and man, it's gonna get crazy. I'm sorry, I cut you off.
No, it's great. No, it's like you think about how it's crazy how many good things are coming this year, and then it gets delayed, and then you're like, oh, and then you remember, and they're like, it already came out, because just like.
Yeah, and I think it might have been one of the people from Game Explain. I think it was maybe Nintendo Live being like, yeah, this is the month. This is the slow a Nintendo month. There's like nothing coming out.
Yeah.
Very few things coming out. Skyward Sword, that's what came out, and like the amiibo's delayed. Cool. Yeah. Yes. KirbletT?
There is one thing I am looking forward to this year.
Ooh.
And I mean, it's already been announced. There's already news. Metroid Dread is coming.
Yes.
And I am so happy about this.
Yes.
Metroid Dread is coming. It's
They announced
coming. I want it.
That was something this week. They had a new trailer or something. Yeah.
Yeah, I was. I don't know if it's a new trailer, more kind of updates and stuff like that. More kind of tidbits here and there.
Yeah,
so,
I didn't want to look at it.
We haven't seen much.
Didn't want to look at it. Like, it's Metroid. I want to just play the game. That game.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
There's a deluxe edition.
What does it come with?
I'm kind of debating getting it.
I know there's a pin set for like pre-orders at GameStop. What's the deluxe set?
I think it comes with a like a
soundtrack,
something amount of page art book.
Oh, okay.
That kind of encompasses like all the previous 4 main Metroid games.
Because this is the end. Yeah. Crazy.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm in. I'm
like,
sold.
I'm gonna play all the Metroid games, like Zero Mission, Return of Samus, Super Metroid, Fusion. I'm gonna play them all in October.
Yeah, I've never finished Super Metroid. I've gotten lost. I need to go back and just finish Super Metroid finally.
It's one of my favorite games of all time.
Yeah, I mean Fusion was my baby. Like that game I used to beat over and over.
I have Zero Mission cartridges and the Fusion cartridge.
Yeah, I need to get a freaking Fusion cartridge. Golly. It's so excited about that. I think there was even an article this week being like Nintendo refusing to use the word Metroidvania to describe it. But
yeah, I did see that. I hadn't read that. I wanted to,
just stuff for people for later, I guess.
Because that's more of a fan. That's more of a fan terminology.
I mean,
yeah,
as opposed to exploration platformer, like it's not as glitzy a term. Yeah.
No, but I mean, it makes sense because as the Castlevania thing in it, and that's a Konami that's a Konami property. And,
and they're like, why would
they don't want to get a lawsuit for that, so that's a legal reason.
Okay, if it's a legal reason,
because
they've talked to Simon's in Smash. Come on, anywho, Rhaeveon, any words, fun words to bring us home, like any conclusive thoughts?
Definitely thank you for having me on here. I loved it. I love chatting with you guys. And you know what? For a slow week of gaming news, I think we filled this hour and a half like pretty jam-packed full of stuff.
Oh, so no, absolutely. I made it seem like, well, at least shout at this point, I guess, start, if you want, tell people a little bit more about your channel, because sounds like we were doing that before, but I didn't get a chance to. So yes, Rhaeveon, tell people a little bit more about your channel. They want to check it out.
Oh, yeah. If you wanna come and watch me, I do a lot of chill, like fun streams of Pokemon and The Sims 4 is what I mentioned earlier, are the two games that I've been really playing on my channel. And with Pokemon, it's just a variety of everything. Like I'm doing a Soul Link Nuzlocke right now with another streamer friend of mine. His name is Kratos MVN. Pocket, you might have heard of him.
I think so.
Yeah, him and I, we were doing this co-op Soul Link Nuzlocke. Very fun, very fun. It is a good time. I also am doing a Nuzlocke of Pokemon Sword with all the DLC. I finished the main part of the game, so now I'm going through the DLC Nuzlocke, doing a Nuzlocke of the DLC, so that's fun. And in The Sims 4, I'm doing a legacy challenge, so I basically have to take this family and try to get like as many points, like self-imposed rules, self-imposed point system as possible through 10 generations of a Sim family. And so that's really fun.
I love when people do challenge runs.
I mean, I started like for The Sims, like the legacy rules are so strict. I don't know if I'm actually going to like fully follow them because I'm having so much fun just with my chat. My chat has like got like this plot line that they've thought up for this baby that we just had. And I'm just like, you know what? I'm just going to roll with this. If you guys want, because my Sims dad right now is an astronaut. And he had 2 kids. He had one of them who was the heir. So for me, the firstborn child is the heir to the legacy. And that's who I keep going down.
Oh my God.
But my second child, my chat insisted on naming her Blarfy.
Blarfy? Oh so how could you name her anything else?
So her name is Blarfy. And now there's like this thing that my chat is just like Blarfy, like her dad is an astronaut, and because her name is Blarfy, she's secretly this alien who's come to infect the entire Sims race. And I'm like, all right, you guys, screw the legacy challenge. Like, we're just gonna follow this. Like,
the Legend of Blarfy. Yeah, that's...
The Legend of Blarfy.
I would play the Legend of Blarfy.
Yeah, so that is a time. I also want to get into more Minecraft. I know Pocket, you play Minecraft.
I do. And if you bug me, I will maybe actually get that. I've been meaning to make a streamer-based realm, and so I'll finally pay for it. Essentially.
No, so, I'm the same. I've wanted to make a realm for some of my friends.
No, yeah, I would do it for everyone. I think we could have like a bunch of people and like every week or two at least either post in the subreddit or come together and tell people what we've been building. It's
fun.
I'm
excited for the new update, the Caves and Cliffs
Caves and Cliffs Part 2.
That's gonna be exciting.
I can't wait. It's Minecraft is so it's just quarantine hit me and that's what the game I got into. And
okay.
It couldn't be nothing could have been better.
I wish I was better at it. I want to like speed run it.
No. Oh, okay.
But I want to like speed run it. I want to play like Bed Wars. Like I want to do all that stuff. But I'm not technically skilled in this game.
No, not yet. Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
I'm learning how to speed bridge right now, and that's quite fun.
Oh boy. Yeah, I've fallen to my death many a time. It's
oh yeah. Oh my gosh.
So many elytras. So many dead elytras. KirbletT. No, I know, right? Yeah. Tell them what fun to find on your channel.
All right. Well, you can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/TheKirblet. This week I'm doing 2 streams. One is I'm returning to Sea of Thieves, and Mid-Oliver is joining me for the ride again. So weird adventures will be had when he's around, including maybe getting locked up in the brig again. Because there's a whole clip on Twitch on why that happened. This Thursday, I'm going to be continuing my playthrough of Outer Wilds, which has been a that's very good. Like it's really unique.
I keep seeing it on. Yeah, I keep seeing it to cheaply for Switch, and I'm like, do I buy it? Do I not?
It's so good. It's so good. Like I was surprised how good it was. Like it's very well done. It's a very mysterious game, and you kind of figured the story elements out on your own, but with deduction and little hints there. But once you do, once things click, it blows your mind.
We'll have to.
Yes,
we'll have to chat more about that, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Gwak, what are you starting back up soon? When are we gonna see you again?
Nah, I'm just renovating. It's kind of because we're like a multiplayer type family.
Yeah,
so it's kind of trying to get these 4 people together. It's kind of
GwakGamers is about family.
Yeah, we're family. Yeah. No, we mostly play because at the beginning of quarantine, we just got really into Fortnite, and then we're like, oh, let's do a streaming thing, and then that kind of blew up, and then we really got into Fortnite, and mostly we're doing like FIFA Fridays.
FIFA Fridays.
Ultimate. Yeah. And I think it's just trying to find the balance of finding a better schedule. And it's just I do mostly scary games, and then we kind of just co-op with each other. And then I mostly played Fortnite with you sometimes. We have to go back to that some. And Mario Party. Remember that Mario Party? Oh
yes,
my God.
I've been meaning to do more Mario Party nights. I just need people who have the game and are down. Organizing everything is just a lot of work. And so... when people just come by and they have it, I'm in. I am absolutely in. Heck yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff. And thank you, obviously, to each and every one of you guys. This thing would never function in any... If I was doing a podcast with me and, like, my roommate, it would never function. So, obviously, I appreciate each and every one of you guys. If anyone is... listening to me right now, head over to these people and send them all the love you could possibly imagine. Subscribe to their channels. And this is the second time we've attempted using YouTube as a platform. I don't know. It's one of these things where my typical buddies will not notice when I go live. So it's weird to kind of gauge my different success. But over time, this is going to grow, and it's going to be great. So, I guess I don't have anyone on YouTube to raid, so we'll end up stopping here. But man, thank you so much, Rhaeveon. Thank you so much, KirbletT. Thank you so much, Gwak. I really hope.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're gonna have more fun later. We'll catch you all